I'm here with Liz Alvarado. She's #1 seed in the USRA Girls 17 and Unders. Liz, you lost last year in the championship to Stacey Fletcher, 11-9 tiebreaker. How do you psych yourself up to come back as far as you have and win?
I just have a lot of determination to be better. Just that loss just helped me to realize that, you know, there's other people in the world that trying just as hard as you are, and that makes me work harder.
Okay, you're playing Heather Stupp in the finals. Is there any strategy you're going to use against her? Anything other than your normal game?
I'm just going to go out there and just hustle a lot and just play the best I can.
Okay, you consider yourself a power player, control player, or both?
I don't know.
Do you feel you have more power with this ball rather than the ball they use in the national ARA junior tournaments? Can this ball be hit harder? Okay. Does that present any problem for you going through the draw with people who would hit the ball harder?
I don't think so.
Do you consider yourself a power player or a control player?
I'm a little of both, I think.
Yeah, that's a good combination. How did you first get started in racquetball?
My father, he taught me how to play.
Did he encourage you to play, or did you just enjoy the game and started playing?
I guess I was inspired by him to play.
Other junior players know you're very respected in your age group, but you also have a national ARA junior championship to your credit, a USRA 17 and under to your credit. You are currently the women's open champion in the USRA, both doubles and singles. Quite the accomplishment. Did you play any other racket sports before you played racquetball?
No, I started out playing racquetball, and then I started playing tennis in school.
So, did you play any other sports in school?
Before racquetball?
Yeah, well, yes.
Oh, baseball, basketball, volleyball.
When you first started playing racquetball, did you like it, or did you dislike it?
Well, I had to like it, I think.
Well, not necessarily. Do you think you're pro material?
I don't know. We're going to find out this year.
Yeah. Whose style do you try and emulate? Whose game do you like?
My dad's.
Yeah, your dad's?
Yeah.
So what you're saying is you don't have any idols like a Heather Mackay, Marcy Greer, or Shannon Wright?
I played Marcy Greer, and I've beaten her.
Oh, yeah? Well, that's quite an accomplishment. So.
But I look up to them, you know. I realize they're pros, you know, and that's what I want to be.
Just to know a little bit more about your personal life, what kind of music do you like?
Well, I guess you call it rock, maybe. I like REO Speedwagon, Santana, and Air Supply, stuff like that.
Do you find after a tough match or after a tough practice that if you go in and listen to music, it relaxes you?
Sometimes.
Yeah, but let me rephrase it. Does that psych you up? Sometimes you like to listen to it before a match? Yeah?
Yeah. Once I did, really did. We were in tennis competition, and I was supposed to play the rival from the other school, you know. And I listened to Casey and Sunshine Band, and well, I thought I really did. And I just smoked her.
Okay, you're very competitive. You must put in a lot of hours into your game. Do you have any time for dates?
Sometimes, but I think mostly I'm really busy, so I don't usually have time for a lot.
So what you're saying is you don't have any steady boyfriend?
No.
I don't know what they're missing. Well, Liz, it seems that you are the player to beat in this tournament. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm here with Heather Stupp. She's the current 1981 Open Canadian Women's Champion. She is about to play Liz Alvarado in the championship here, the 17 and under National USRA Finals. How did you begin playing racquetball? How did you get started?
About 4 years ago, my dad was playing at the YMCA, and he took me to one of the tournaments at the private club. And I really liked the game. I was playing tennis at the time, but I thought it looked really easy. So then the first tournament I won the provincial, which is like a state or provincial boys championship 18 and it was the nicest trophy I had, so I decided to continue playing racquetball. It seemed like a good game. Nice trophies.
Okay, now as I understand it, you lost in semifinals last year to Stacey Fletcher. Liz Alvarado also lost to Stacey Fletcher. So now you two are playing in the finals. Is there any strategy you're going to use against Liz?
She's pretty well a serve and shoot. She likes to kill the ball a lot. I'm going to try and keep it against the glass because, you know, I think she's going to have a little trouble with the glass since she likes to shoot the ball a lot. I'm just going to have to not give her any setups, which is like the ideal game, but try and minimize my mistakes and let her make mistakes.
Are you in high school?
Yeah.
What year are you in high school?
Well, we have a different system in Quebec. We graduate after grade 11, which I think is equal to junior year.
Yeah.
Then we have a pre-university type program, which is mandatory if you want to stay in Quebec. It's 2 years of junior college, pre-university type thing. But if I want to go out of town, basically I could go to the States next year. It'd be a year earlier.
Are you a celebrity in school? Are you well known because of your national title?
Not really. I go to a private school, and in my school they stress academic strengths and not really any athletic things. So they don't really emphasize or care. You know, I get a little bit of recognition, but nothing special.
Yeah. Is there any player on the women's tour that you try and emulate their style?
Not really. Like I admire some women concentration in their basic game strategies, but
like who?
Style. Well, Heather I really admire. But style, I'm not really consciously doing.
If you played Heather tomorrow, what strategy would you use against her?
It would be tough. I would have to play my best.
Yeah.
And hope that she would play less than her best and give me a few shots. I would have to take advantage of every opportunity I had and not give not miss easy plums. I would just have to put pressure on her. That's the way to be. Put pressure on her, keep it to her backhand high.
Do you have any immediate goals in the sport of racquetball?
My parents stress the academic part of my life very much, and I'm not allowed to play racquetball unless I maintain my grades. So I'd like to really keep up my grades while continuing playing racquetball if that's possible. I hope to continue along, but I don't really have any goals. I would like to play the Pro Tour if it's possible to combine that with academic studies. I wouldn't like to quit school or take a year off and play racquetball, because right now I don't see there's that much in racquetball.
Yeah. As far as musical groups, is there any kind of music you like?
Not really. I like all popular music. Just like to relax.
Yeah. Does music help spike you up before a match or help relax you after hard practice?
Not especially. I just enjoy it. I don't purposely put on something and listen to something before a match or after.
Yeah. How often do you train?
I train about 5 times a week. I try and hit about 4 or 5 times a week, practice by myself. And I like to play 2 or 3 tough matches a week too.
How about running? How often do you run?
About 3 times a week. I do interval training of 3 miles, meaning like I warm up for the first mile and a half, and then I do fire hydrants. I call it. I do sprinting and then rest for a fire hydrant.
I don't know.
It's just interval sprinting and then letting my heartbeat come down to build up my
don't worry about that. Like a lot of juniors that are playing junior tournaments now, it's hard to get a sponsor. Are you sponsored?
I'm sponsored by Wilson Sporting Goods. They help me out a lot, and in return I do exhibitions and a few public appearances for them, but they really have a super product, and I enjoy working for them. Okay,
now when you say sponsor, do they pay your expenses?
Yes, they do.
Okay, is that contract, was that all expenses anywhere?
It's a certain budget, and I could use it for what I want, meaning towards expenses. It's like it doesn't go in my bank account, I can keep it. If I don't use it for tournaments, then I don't get it. But there is a certain budget.
After a loss, how do you psych yourself up to come back and win?
After I lose?
Yeah.
I try and evaluate what I did wrong and what part of my game failed me or what part I could strengthen for the next tournament. And then I just try and practice a little bit more, put in more hours.
Yeah. So what you're saying then is a loss almost encourage you to train harder?
Sometimes, yeah.
When you practice, is there any top players do you play against in practice?
I played the men around my area who aren't household names or anything. They're just good, solid players in the Montreal area.
Yeah.
There aren't very many good women around Montreal, or basically in all Canada. Well, there are a few. But I find for a woman it's much easier to improve since she could play with any good male local player. But a man trying to break into the pro ranks has to go, let's say, to California or wherever to get good competition. But a woman can stay where they will.
I'd just like to say thank you and good luck today against Liz.
Thank you very much.
Okay.